an art piece, if you go, oh wow, it fits for what our career is. Dr. Shanloon, he's a chiropractor. We went through different shirt options. Not every color you think works for you. And we went through different ones, and that was when we settled looked really nice. And same thing with Denise. She has some with jackets, we did some with a different top, and we tried different things to where it felt like what she wanted her customer to see. When I say professional, again, with your profession, but it also means it's a high quality, well lit headshot that, it makes someone go, wow, I trust that person. They invested in their business to have a nice photo. How many times have you seen someone use a photo and it's off their cell phone? As a professional business card, as a professional thing. I can tell you, I love a cell phone photo. Most people don't know how to light a cell phone photo. Most people don't know how to change the resolution, and a lot of them aren't high enough in this and that, so when it transfers, it's grainy, the lighting's bad, things like that, and you're saying, hi, I'm a business professional, give me money, hire, trust me. I can tell you for myself, it makes me go, because if you're not investing in yourself, why am I investing in you? Something to think of. Personality. You don't have to just be. I had another guy who he does insurance. He does health insurance. But he's a piano player. He does really fun stuff and people knows about him. He's in a band. So we did some of the fun, like just the normals, but we also did some where he's at the piano playing with his logo in the back. We've had some where they're out doing fun things. Show your personality. It doesn't have to just be a photo that looks like everyone else's. We can do something fun in still a professional way that showcases you, your personality, things like that. Raise your hand. Who has a headshot right now that they paid for and got done by someone, or got done by someone photographer, and also likes their photo? So 3. So again, make a note. What photo do you have out of yourself? What are you putting out there? And just something to think of. We have a room of this one, and like 2% of us have a photo. So that's something to think of, that you might be holding yourself, your business back from some of these other opportunities. All right, your website is a brand hub. I actually did this photo shoot Thursday night for someone. She makes t-shirts and designs. She's on TikTok. She has 97,000 followers, and her videos get 4.2 million views. She's local. She was on Facebook. She was looking for someone last minute to do something. She needed to submit something for an artist. She had never had a professional photo shoot done. I submitted to her. She looked at my page because I had a website and a Facebook and a thing that had photos that she liked and showed the work quality. She hired me right away. We went and did this already, moving on. So again, for her, a headshot, a branding session. This is her brand. That shirt sold out, crazy. It's gone viral multiple times. That's her press. This is in her office. Her wall is just a basement. I brought that wall for it so that it looked like something. Because she told me what it was. I was like, that's not going to work. You want your brand to be like an elevated version of yourself. You can have some truth in there sometimes, but it's like nobody wants to see a dark, dingy basement and be like, oh yeah, let me shop for you. They want to see something that looks clean. I say, so your website is a brand hub. How many people have a website? Okay. So from there, I always tell people the website's a really crucial thing because it's your first stop for your audience most of the times. If I go to someone, even if I find them on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook or any of the other places, I usually look for a link to a website. Because I'm worried I'm going to get scammed if they don't have a website. And even then from there, I kind of look at how the site is made and things like that. Or if it's really dated or things like that, I kind of go, are they about to steal my $50 that I wanted for some stupid thing I didn't need anyway? Or is this like a real business? And also you might see if you follow your metrics, you're like, wow, 100 people visited my website this week. I only heard from 2 people. Is something maybe stopping people from contacting me and moving past my site? Sometimes it's just they couldn't afford you anyway, so it's not a bad thing. But maybe it is. Maybe you're putting out the wrong message from your site. Is it consistent? Does your website maintain the consistency of what you want your brand to look like? Some people go, I just use stock photos, it's a good photo. People know it's a stock photo. They know it's not you. A lot of times what I like to do with my different brands is we create our own stock photos. So we do a shoot where I get that photo of a hand handing over a business card, but guess what? It's your hand handing over your business card. Here's a flyer with a client. My dad is a lot of people's clients in these photos. You know, he's the stand-in with the guy getting the products. Or my mom, I made her be, she had a coffee meeting with somebody as they were doing it. Anytime someone's with me, just know you might be thrown in as a model for one of these things. Also, engagement. Is your site engaging? And is it make people want to explore or look at, or is it confusing to make people go, I've got to get out of here? Have you ever been on a website where you're like, I can't find what I need, and so you just leave? It's the same like a store. You'll go to a store sometimes and you're like, I gotta get out of here. And then you do. Is your website doing the same thing? Or is it making people go, oh cool, let me link around here. Oh, fun. And doing things like that. So your website is just as much as the part of your brand as anything else. All right, social media. Who uses social media for their business? Okay, good. That's a good amount of people. Let's just go, who's using Instagram? Okay, who's using Facebook? Who's using TikTok? Okay, and who's using, what is it, Threads now, or X? Yeah, and who's using LinkedIn? Okay. So we have a good amount of Instagram and Facebook. I saw 2 TikTokers in here. Something to think of. Don't be afraid of it. It can serve you very well in a lot of ways that you might be wondering. All right, so social media allows for a more dynamic presentation of your brand. It allows you to be more personable. I also say you can do more storytelling. You can create things and get people invested in you in a way different than you could before. It's also become something that is good and bad, though. It's the same thing of you don't have to share everything, nor should you be sharing everything on your social medias. Yeah, it's one of those, you're showing the human side of your brand, but it's the same thing too. They always say the internet's forever. Whatever you post out there, it's there. You have to either be ready to take a stand one way or another, whether it's your personal or your business. Because nowadays, there's no difference. People see how you live your personal life as a direct reflection on your business. It used to be, well, that's my business one thing and my personal life are separate. Not anymore. Social media has brought everyone in, and whether you're on it or not, at some point you're tagged in something, you're in something, people can see that, oh, you like this post, this and that. So has that part of it, which can be a negative, but the positive side of it is it's bringing people together that maybe never would have even seen you, learned about you, met you, or your product. It's also adds a lot of variety. So you can do videos, you can do texts, and be out in a lot of different ways instead of just, I just sent a newsletter. Great, people love a blog and newsletters, they open it. But how many times do you oh, I love that 2-second cat video? That really got me in there. Now you're just watching cat videos. it shouldn't even matter Zelina photography. It's myself. You want to work with me. You want to work with my dad. You want to work with my family. I want to work with you. I don't care where you work. I want to go with you because I trust you. That's your brand. Your brand is not your business. You're the brand. You're what makes people want to be with you. That's the biggest thing. And that is why I always tell people is stop using a stock photo. Stop hiding from it. You put yourself in front of it. They want to get to know you because I want to shop from you. That's the biggest thing. I'll go back to, again, I get stuck in the social media. There's a lot of people who do like the oyster shucking and finding the pearls.
Yes.
How many times have you sat there and watched a live and be like, what color are they going to get? But there was this one girl that I got invested in just the way she presented her videos. I would just sit there and do like a half hour. And I was like, what did I do? It was because she was so engaging. A ton of other people do the videos, but it was the way she did them that made me want to just keep watching those. And I was like, I gotta get the mystery color, okay? And then you're shopping, you're like, oh, great. That's the same thing for yourself, is to think of what am I doing to put myself out there to beat my competition. And not in a bad way, but it is competition. We can all say, hey, you're your only competition. That's not true. It should be in the sense of you don't want to put anyone down, but we are. We're competing for a similar customer. We're all doing the same thing, and how do I get them to finally go to me, to reach out to me and want to seal the deal? And that's a big part of it. So integrating all those elements is, some of you have a really clear brand already. They're pushing out with Rita. She wears that crown everywhere. It would drive me crazy because I'm like, I don't like to wear headgear all the time. But she's committed. I know if I see Rita, and I think if I saw Rita out in the wild and she had no crown on, I would just like fall over, just be like, where are we? What's happening? Like, where's your crown? Like, to me, Rita sleeps in the thing. Like, it is, but she's built it, I know. And at first you're like, what is this even about? And then when you get to know Rita, you're like, yeah. And then if you did see her with it, you would literally be so confused. We had another guy, he was working for him in this green shirt. He said he got to work for them anymore, so he stopped wearing the green shirt, and I was so confused with where's your green shirt? You don't work for him anymore. I was like, I've put you and that company together so much that I can't even see you apart from them because I know that company is you, even though you're not there anymore. It's those things that you want to really put yourself out there in it. And again, adapting to where you're posting. I put in here, like the tone style on LinkedIn might be more professional, while Instagram might be more casual and creative. So it's those things, is don't just be posting crazy TikTok dance videos and not be your LinkedIn, unless you're a dancer. But you can, so just know what your platform is, but it all feel consistent with who you are. I also tell people you don't have to do every trend. Not every trend works for you and or your brand. There's certain songs where I love this, but they cuss right through this middle part. Could I clip around it? And if not, then I just don't use that song because I try not to put anything on my pages that have that. Just for different audiences, not that I might even listen to that song in my own personal life, but for what I'm trying to put out there, I'm not, putting those songs for sure out there. All right, so regular updates, keeping content fresh. That's not just for social media. That's your websites, your headshots. For those who have a headshot, how many of you got that headshot within the last 6 months? 6 months. Okay, year. Okay, so the biggest thing you want to do, if you can, and you can work it out because there's different things. People trade, people do packages that are for these consistency things. Quarterly, if you can, because guess what? LinkedIn, new headshot. Facebook, oh, this person's a new headshot. Oh, this one, new headshot. So now people are you're back in it. It's still you. Still this and that. Maybe it's a different location, a different shirt, this and that. That's a great post for you. Maybe it's not a headshot. You say, you know, I'm going to do 2 headshots a year, or even 1, but I'm going to do a branding session every quarter. Again, new content. You putting it out there. Website updates. Now you can update the photos on your website, your SEO, going up because you're putting new items out there, new things for people to engage with. You can also, like I said, I mean, we all have phones with us all the time. You can't be doing reels and videos and things like that throughout the week. Even once a week is going to be, posting once a week is going to be better than some people are doing right now. Right? How many people here post at least once a week? And I know Rita for sure does because I get all of her updates. Who's posting at least once a week? Exactly, so that's about half. So what about twice a month? Once a month. Okay, so there's some people who aren't posting anything at all. So how are you engaging with your audience? It's the time people forget who you are. You're not constantly, you know. I tell people it's like dating. If you went on a date with someone and you only ever heard from them once a month, would you think you're still dating? Would you remember them? Would you have moved on? It's the same thing. You want to stay in people's mind. Look at our lovely lady right here. I know. I call it our boring photo. We did the nice blue, but then the hot pink one. That's your manuals. This is my favorite. And I pushed that pink jacket. I was like, we're doing the pink jacket, and it.
But that's because I had careers,
Yep.
and I had planned for the she's perfect.
Exactly. Yes. We had 2 different things. This was I'm in the medical field, and I want to still look fresh and sharp and cute and all stuff without maybe being too woo.
Yes.
But for everything else, that hot pink, I said that is. I love it. It was so great. All right, so we're gonna do a little question and answer. These are all my personas here. This is me at work. That's one of my headshots. I also have an art. I'm from a theater art background, and I perform as Liza Minnelli at Memories Theater, and I did all the photos for that theater. So it's all over the place. But yeah, let's do some question and answers. Does anyone have any questions about branding, how to get started, just anything? Yeah, go ahead.
So, like I have a Facebook business page.
Yep.
And then I have like a Facebook business, like adding friends and stuff like that. And then I have my personal.
Yeah.
So when you're saying like stuff on social media, like how, do more of like the business type sharing on the business page.
So you want to do both. So if your personal, so like mine, nowadays you link your personal with your business. You have your personal Facebook and you add it, I now have a business page. I do both because as I'm posting on my own, it's also telling Facebook that this is an active person. This person's active and not just business. And so I'll share stuff on both and engage and comment and like on certain things. And then also on my business, but I post different things. Certain stuff I'm like, this is more just for my personal life. I post on my personal versus business. But the thing, if you do ever want to do a business on your personal, you post on your business page, then from your personal page, you share that post. So in that way it's sharing from that group. past all those points. So, any other questions on things like that? Yes.
So would you have a different headshot for say LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, and all of that?
Yes. You don't have to, but I think it's a fun way to kind of be able to have different things, especially if you do different. Some of us are doing the side hustle. We got our main job, our side job, our weekend job, and then we're also just a person. So why not put that out there? Why not have the different things? Like I said, I come from the theater world, which is an actor. There's headshots I would use for certain shows and not others because I want them to see me a certain way. Do I want them to see me as a lead lady? Do I want them to see me as the comedic character? Is this a sitcom? Is this the thing? It's the same thing in your business world. It's all that. How do you want, does your brand reflect you? Now, some of you might say, it doesn't reflect who I am as a person per se, because that's not who my business persona is. Some of you might have a business persona that's completely different than your regular life. And that's okay. There's people also as influencers where they have a whole life persona, you think that's who they are, and really they're like backstage smoking. That's not me, you know, but they build a whole business around that. So everything they put out there has to reflect this persona they've created. And you trust that, and then some people go, okay, well, but that's not who they are. So it's kind of that thing of, you don't have to be like sharing everything that's so personal about you. I don't share every single thing about me. But when I do share something, it's still reflecting things I like, things that, you know, hold my values and things like that. But you don't have to be like every dark secret about yourself or things like that. So
Is it still relevant to do like podcasts or
It is.
things like that?
podcasts are huge right now. It's a hard field though because they're huge and everyone's doing one. But it could be, you know, it's one of those. You find your audience, even if it's 5 or 10 people, those 5 or 10 people could be like, I'm listening, they're thinking of it, they're thinking of you, they're sharing, you know, and then all it takes is that one stumble upon, also next thing you're the one who's gone viral. But how can you go viral if you don't ever do it? So I tell people is, you can't, we hold ourselves back, you know, like, oh, well, everyone's doing it, I'm scared, this and that. You're never going to move forward if you never even try. It might fail, and that's fine. It's still always a learning thing. You might be like, oh, I tried that, it didn't work out, I pivoted. But if you never do it, it never happens, and you never gave yourself even the opportunity to succeed. So many times we live in fear of, I'm not good enough, oh, that person's better. Everyone started at 0.
Yeah.
You know, all artists, things like that. Doctors, I mean, they weren't just born to be like, yep, I can do the surgery, I can fix your heart, it's great. No, they went to school, someone taught them, they paid money, time, and all these things to be great. And then guess what, when they first were doctors, they were probably not even that great. And then you were like, oh, please don't be the student doctor, please don't be the student doctor. Because for a reason, it's like, you know, they're still learning. And you get the guy who's like, but you also like, I don't want the doctor who's like about to retire, and he's got the shaky, no. You want someone who's like, I went for it and then thriving. But again, you're never going to get there if you never try. And women have a big habit of not trying. They always say, you know, sometimes why do guys get farther when they do this thing? Because they're born with this confidence, because guess what, that society is, they're born with that, you know, you don't have to try as hard. They just go for it. They're just in those interviews, whether they have the skills or not, they're the ones that are just taking the chances, grabbing it. You have to grab it. Go for it. You know, it's scary. Don't get me wrong, I get anxiety, but go for it.
Awesome. I just wanted to, so as we know with the workshops, it's so much information and strategy and implementations. And so one of the great things about these short workshops is for you all to connect with her. If you don't have a headshot, you know, guess what? Because you're part of the Power Moves Her, she gonna give you a discount. Let's get them headshots. Like, we have to hold each other accountable. So we holding each other accountable, right? And so connect with her, get her information. make an appointment with her. I'm not sure if you're doing free consultation.
Yeah, so I actually updated my little giveaway here, so, you'll get a free consultation, and in that consultation, I'll look over what you have, what you don't have, your social medias, your website, things like that, kind of do an audit of it, and, you'll get $50 off a headshot session, or $100 off a headshot and branding session package, just for being here today.
Amen.
Fabulous.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Yes. Awesome. So I have, I'm gonna ask you all, cause since we got started just a tad late, just to kind of stay on schedule, do you all